Okay, ji, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We were discussing about strategic significance of Indian Ocean region, and is the role of India in this region, and how major powers like China and US, they are playing their role in power politics of this region. So in the previous class, we talked about the strategic importance of Indian Ocean. It is the one of the largest land body of water on Earth planet, and about 80% of the world seaborne trade pass through this region. Major sea routes, Middle East and Africa, Southeast Asia, East Asia, and other countries. They connect themselves through this region, and most of the oil and gas resources are also lying in this region, like for example Saudi Arabia, Iran, and many other countries, of this region are rich in oil and gas resources. Then we also talked about the sea lines of communications, that 50% of the world's container ship, bulk cargo, it all pass through this region, and a huge, maritime trade activity takes place in this region. Major, choke points and major, you can say, areas from where the oil supplies pass through were also discussed in the previous class, in which we talked about the importance of Strait of Hormuz, that how the 90% of oil supplies of the Gulf region, pass through this narrow corridor, and on which the United States, on which the Chinese and the Japanese and the South Koreans, Taiwanese, and many other countries like Europeans, Indians, they are relying on this oil. So this is a narrow pass between Iran and Oman in the Persian Gulf region, and this is very important region. And Pakistan is also located closer to it. Then we also talked about other choke points as well, Strait of Malacca and others. We also discussed the major powers ingress in this region, and China is very dominant power in this region. China is very dominant in East Asia, Southeast Asia, and of course in the Indian Ocean or the Asia Pacific region. China is there primarily for two reasons. One is their economic expansion, you can say, through Maritime Belt and Road Initiative, and secondly, they are protecting their interest, strategic interest, and political and economic interest with their huge naval force, and they have deployed their navy in this region, and their navy is very strong in this region as compared to other countries of this region. So remember that Chinese are employing area anti-access and area denial strategies. And what are these strategies? These strategies mean that China is acquiring such capabilities that other extra regional powers may not get any chance to maintain their dominance in this region. So basically China is going for outright hegemony in this region. As far as India or Indian Ocean is concerned and the Indian Navy is concerned, China is way ahead of the Indian Navy, and they're very powerful in terms of economy, in terms of assets, military capabilities, and others. And of course they are also dominant as far as the U.S. capabilities are concerned. United States of America has deployed only 7th Fleet in the East Asian region, in the Asia Pacific region. But as far as the China is concerned, they are very powerful. They are way ahead of the US capabilities in this region. So China is dominant. China also carries out patrolling of this region with their unmanned underwater vehicles, and these vehicles are used for information gathering and others. China is expanding itself, and China's vision, as I told you before, is to connect the whole world with the Chinese homeland, and they are employing different strategies. They are connecting their economy with the rest of the world through maritime Silk Route and through land and air Silk Route. So they have come up with many you can say maritime routes, for example, and the Indian Ocean region is very important as far as the Chinese maritime Silk Route is concerned. They are coming up with, they have also secured bases in this region. Many regional ports have been hired for many years, like for example Gwadar for 40 years, and many other countries, they have also leased their bases. And Gwadar, I told you in the previous class that Gwadar is the most important port for the Chinese, because they are going to cut short their huge distance. They were importing oil from Persian Gulf, and it took more than 10 to 12,000 kilometers or you can say nautical miles, the distance it had to travel. But now they are going to cut short that distance after the establishment of operationalization of HEPAC.